All right, so I've rescued a little ball python from an apartment, and this is what we're going to deal with. So, just going to show you what's going on. Actually, doesn't look too bad at first glance. I'm going to continue to look through it pretty good here in just a moment. But let's look at this right off the bat. Tank style, two lights. It had a night light and a daylight. Uh, so the humidity is going to be off. I can tell right now. I don't know what this substrate is. I'm not familiar with this at all. It's very odd. It might be cedar or something like that, in which case that's not good for the snake either. It can cause respiratory problems. But it's very dry. And as you can see, there's already skins in here. So you got the heat from the lamps. All that's going to do is dry this tank out even more. And all the humidity evaporates out of this tank. So there is absolutely probably no moisture whatsoever in this. So you can guess what this snake is going to look like. It's going to have stuck shed all over it. That's the way it is. No under tank heater. Unfortunately, for ball pythons, that is the ideal, I believe, for these guys. They don't really need the top heat from the lamps, and that just dries them out anyway. So here's what we're dealing with this snake. And it's just a little baby. It's not very old at all, but look at the skin all over it. So let's take it up. Shed skin just stuck everywhere. That's definitely on the eyes. Both eyes, it looks like. Well, that one might be clear, that one. But we will get this into a bath. I have some water right here. I'm going to bathe it, and we're going to see what she looks like when she gets all this shed skin off of her. Looks pretty normal to me, except for this tail pattern. Looks a little different. So I don't know if it is something else. It does have some blushing in there, but that can happen with normals. But that eye is bad. So we definitely want to get it off, help assist this thing as much as possible, give her this warm bath, and we'll see what happens from there. Is it going? All right, let's take her out and see what we got going on. All right. So all I'm doing is gonna try to just gently rub, and look at what you see. That just starts coming right off. And I'm really not putting a whole lot of pressure on there, and I'm gonna venture a guess that she didn't like it at first, but it probably feels good to get this off. I think, I'm sheer speculation here, but I think that it would be itchy. So the hard part, because ball pythons like to jump around with their heads being touched, is getting that head. So look at, especially the eye. Just gentle, very gently. Look at that. Boom. See the eye cap? Just come right off. It's okay, girl. It's okay. See? Oh, they don't like it. So I'm just going to work on a different area while she calms down a little bit. The dinner is cooking. So that's the oven. I'll stick her back in the bath as this just keeps peeling off. And it's just gentle. I want to get it all off of her head and her neck as much as possible. She's gonna fight me every bit of the way. I just keep doing it. It's persistence. She might start striking at me. I've only done this a few times now, but usually they end up being very calm and actually seem to almost enjoy getting the skin off. Like I said, I think they, after a minute, they start to realize we're not hurting them, and actually it feels good. So just very light pressure. Almost like she's going through, slithering through a hole that's a little tight, which is what snakes like to do. They like tight little spots. I hope this is coming through on the camera okay, because I cannot see it. But I'm also checking her out. I love this pattern right here. You see how it's these long lines on the belly. This is usually indicative of that she's heterozygous for something. So she could be het pied, she could be het what's the word, clown, or something like that. But I don't know. I think they said that they got it from a Repticon, so that's a very good possibility that it's more than just a plain normal. But for somebody who just wanted a pet, I don't know why you would get a heterozygous something. She was all by herself, no other reptiles, in a little apartment, just one room. So it wasn't even like a whole apartment. She was renting a room, whoever it was, and just left all her possessions, including this sweet little girl here. So we're just gonna keep trying to work it off as best we can, and she's gonna keep fighting me and fighting me. That's okay. Gotta be patient with them. They don't know any better. Let's see, I'm being gentle. It's not hurting her at all. Some people think when you assist a snake to shed that you're hurting them, you're ripping their skin off, but this skin was supposed to come off a long time ago. So that's simply not the case. And in fact, it's a breeding ground for infection when that stuck shed doesn't get off, and then they shed again, and then you got 2 layers of stuck shed, and then again, and 3, and they can actually be very badly harmed if this skin does not come off of them. So we're doing what we can to get her all cleaned up, and she has a 30-day, with the rescue, a 30-day quarantine period, and if everything's good and she's eating and all health checks out, she'll be adoptable, and she's a sweetie. I'm gonna check the sex one time here, just to double check, see if I can get this on camera. So when I pop, little doo-doos, you see the little white markings on the side. If it was a male, they would be really pink and the hemipenes would come out. The females, I've been told these are like scent glands, so it's just little white little things on the side there, not hemipenes. So I believe she's a little girl. Look at this, all that skin is pretty much off. There's a little bit left on the neck. Didn't take much time at all. So I'm gonna get her all dried up. We'll put her in a new home, and we'll see how she does. Maybe she'll even eat tonight, who knows.